All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2.2 greatest common factor. What are we trying to do, or what is the I can statement, or what is our goal, Mr. Bennett?
I can find the GCF.
You can find the GCF. Can you find the GCF now? Bennett is good at it. Vocab, greatest common factor, biggest number that two or more factors have in common. By the way, when you find greatest common factor, could you have more than two numbers you're dealing with? Yes, but you have to be dealing with at least how many numbers? Two. You wouldn't have anything in common if you didn't have at least two numbers. One way of doing greatest common factor, the way that we don't like so much, is just to find factors for two different numbers or three different numbers or whatever. Find the common ones. Find the one that's biggest. Better way of doing it, especially since you guys are moving into older math now, find the GCF the fast, smart way. Basically, you find the prime factorization. Find the common factors in the prime factorization, multiply them together, you're good to go. Find prime factorization. Repeat after me. Find the prime factorization.
Find the prime factorization.
Find the common prime numbers.
Find the common prime numbers.
Multiply them.
Multiply them.
And you have your GCF.
And you have your GCF.
So we did a couple of practices. We did one just straight up, here's two numbers, find the GCF using prime factorization. And the second example, we talked about Alexa and Ben running camps. And they each had a certain amount of kids in their camp, and they wanted to create competition between the camps. So they split their kids into the greatest amount of teams they could so that every team would have a game. And we again went through prime factorization to find GCF. Real world situations, the best that we could come up with would have been, or is, the best that we could come up with is sorting groups, like what we said for our last real world example when we were talking about factors. Any questions?